Sullivan City.
Present.
City of Mercedes.
Here.
City of Los Fresnos.
Present.
City of McAllen.
Present.
City of FAR. City of Raymondville.
Present.
City of San Benito. City of San Juan. UTRGV. South Texas College.
Here.
TSTC. Mr. Troy Allen. Mr. Ernesto Cavazos.
Present.
Mr. Jim Darling.
Present.
Mr. Oscar Garcia.
Present.
Mr. Andres Chavez.
Here.
And Ms. Lupita Martinez. We have quorum.
Okay, thank you very much. So please stand for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we begin this meeting by giving you thanks for the opportunity to gather here today. Merciful God, you remind us in your words that you're always with us and we will never leave us. You are the place where we can find refuge, comfort, and peace. Open our ears so we can hear your voice and our hearts so we can receive your word. Guide us during our discussions here today that we conduct business that will affect the citizens of the Rio Grande Valley. Give us the clarity of mind to act in their best interest and not ours. We pray that this meeting is successful, productive, and blessed. Protect our men and women in the military, bring them home safe, and grant your healing to those families that have lost a loved one. Almighty God, we give you the glory for what we accomplished. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you very much. And I think all of us have a little coupon for a raffle. My understanding is that there's
Yes.
5 prizes.
5 prizes, so throughout the meeting, we'll be doing raffles, and at the end, we'll do the final 3. One will be done today, so I need my assistant, whoever has the tickets, so we can do the drawing
And a drum roll?
and a drum roll. And at the end, we'll explain the purpose of the giveaways. Okay, so hopefully everybody had a ticket. All members have a ticket, so I'm just going to call out the last 3 numbers. Ready? 0, 3, 6.
Bingo.
MTRGV. MTRGV.
Okay, very good.
Congratulations.
Manny said it was going to be an invoice. I'm not sure if you really want it. Okay.
And so before we get started, just wanted to I'm sure you all saw the big white shining lights out there.
Yes.
We don't have an emergency, trust me. So this is just the latest state-of-the-art, multi-agency coordination center that we were bragging about last year, all year. And so finally received it last month. We were able to showcase it at the All Hazards Conference, South Texas All Hazards Conference, and at our board of directors meeting for RGV 911 district. And last but not least, this board. So here with you today, it's out there. So feel free to go out and tour the unit. It's a very impressive unit, and Cesar Merla will be providing details on its capabilities later on the agenda. But it's a very useful tool. We've already used it both in training simulations and a real live active situation. And so it's a great benefit for Hidalgo and Willacy County to have. So no emergency.
Okay, good. Manny, would it be okay to have a picture taken of all of us at the end of the meeting?
Yes,
Would
most
be all
definitely.
right?
That would be great if hopefully you guys are not
Y'all
in a
can stay for
hurry.
a second or 2?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. So we're going to move on to item number 2, which is approval of the minutes for March the 25th.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Next item is a public comment. Was anyone signed up? Nope, okay. Move on to administration. Manny?
Yes, under administration, item number 1, ratification of executive committee action on approving Homeland Security Advisory Committee HSAC prioritization list for FY 2026-2027 Homeland Security Grant Division Regional Grant Application. As we had provided, for the past 2 months, there was going to be a hard deadline beyond our control at the state level. And so the executive committee had to meet to review and do a preliminary approval of those items. And so we bring it before you today for ratification and final approval. And the prioritization list, because of the deadline that we had, I believe it was the 20th of last month, had to obviously upload it, or this month, we have to upload it on the state website as per instructions and guidelines from the state. And so, as you can see, this is for the next cycle of Homeland Security grant programs. And if you recall, these grants are currently pending for the past year still. There's litigation going on at the federal level. And so there's been, I guess, 2 indications that eventually they'll be released, but no answers as of yet. So we're still pending last year's allocations. And so it's going to be a rush if they come up with the same deadline. So it's going to be a rush for the cities to expand those funds. So we'll do everything within our capabilities to make sure that happens. But these are the new ones that are coming up that cities, counties applied for. And so before you today is just the ratification of that action item that the executive committee took.
Okay, there's a motion. And a second to ratify the action that was taken by the executive committee. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Next item.
Next item, number 2, presentation and action on to accept quarterly investment report. Ms. Crystal Balboa, our finance director.
Good afternoon. The quarterly investment report was provided for review. If there are no questions, it does require board action.
Are there any questions, comments? A motion. There's a motion to approve and a second to approve the quarterly investment report as presented. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item number 3, consideration and action to set date and format for the 2026 nominating committee meeting. Just a brief information. As you know, next month is election month for this board. So all the different sections will be meeting virtually. We do have a tentative deadline, or not deadline, but schedule. But for the nominating committee, that constitutes, for the executive committee to meet to review the 5 members at large and to take action so that later in May, at the May meeting, take full action on accepting those 5 member at large nominations. And so typically in the past, obviously we need to work backwards from the date scheduled for our next meeting. And so it's May 27th. So we need to make sure that we meet as early as the first week of May. And typically it's been a Thursday. And so at this time, I'd like to open up the floor to see if you all want to recommend a date and time and the format. We can either meet in person or virtually and have the president here present to chair the meeting. We do have proposed dates, the 4th and the 7th for you of May for consider.
The 4th is better for me on a
So,
Monday.
so we came up with the 4th at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, or since that's a Monday, we also picked May 7th at 2 as well.
And so I will comment that we need to make sure that we have plenty of time to post this meeting, so at least 3 days. And so that's going to play a factor in the date that we select.
Can we do the 4th? May 4th? Can you all check your Monday at 2?
No, the 4th, we won't have enough time to post, because
You won't?
that gives us 2 days that we meet
Oh,
on the 4th.
you would have to post today before 2. You'd
Well,
have to
yesterday.
post,
Yesterday.
today is Wednesday, isn't it?
Today's the 29th. Monday, this next Monday is the 4th. So,
Okay, I'm not either.
So is there another day in that week that, or maybe perhaps
the following week,
the following week?
so the following week, any,
Tues- Tuesday, the 12th works for me.
okay. Time?
We could do Tuesday, the 12th.
It would need to be at least at 2,
At 2 o'clock?
or even 1 would be even better.
We have Commissioners Court, County,
County, okay.
the 12th.
So
Two.
would you guys rather do it virtual, if you guys can't make it in person? Or do you guys want it all, like,
Mm,
The 12th,
Tuesday, May 12th.
Can we do,
Time?
oh, you have Commissioners Court on that day,
Commissioners,
on the county?
County.
Yes, yes, on the 12th. Okay. And the 11th? What does your 11th Monday look like? Mayor Norma? You're at trial, okay.
How many people have to be?
I'm not sure, but it would be nice to have everybody.
Historically, for this meeting, we don't, historically, again, don't need quorum because there's no action that we're going to take, but we do need to have it posted 3 days. It's going to be a recommendation from that committee to this board.
I have council meeting at 4. But I mean, I could do 2 on Tuesday, but that's not
It's typically the executive committee, but it's open to all members.
no?
No, and just to give you some background, obviously the meeting is on the 27th, the full board meeting. And so we post our agenda the week prior on Thursday. And so we have from the 4th all the way to probably the 19th to meet. So any of those dates, just so you can have, you know.
May 14th
How about the 19th?
is TML, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
14th starts TML.
How about the 19th? How about the 19th? Everybody, the 19th in the afternoon? What? May 19th. No, I'm out of town.
19th?
May 19th.
And the president live here in person.
I have to be here.
I'm okay, May 19th.
May 19th, yay. May 19th.
Time?
Everybody's good, May 19th? May 19th wins.
2 p.m.
2 o'clock, May the 19th.
So
And
Tuesday,
that's a Tuesday.
Tuesday, May 19th at 2 o'clock, nominating committee.
Yay.
19th, Tuesday, May 19th at 2 o'clock. Need a motion?
There's a motion and a second to hold our nominating committee meeting on May the 19th at 2 o'clock. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
And again, as a reminder, we will be sending out emails for those additional meetings of the different disciplines, for example, small cities, the educational institutions, and the mid-cities, medium cities, we have a schedule already for that, and we'll send out the email, and that's going to be conducted virtually. And again, it's just a caucusing meeting, so we can meet to see, obviously, the small cities, there's about, I don't know, give or take 22. Out of those 22 cities, 3 are actually appointed to sit in this board. So that's just an example. Uh, So just keep an eye out for that, and we'll be meeting virtually for those. Then the next item is item B, Executive Director's Report. I just have a few items to report. First and foremost, as you know, I'd like to point out new staff. So we did have a couple come on board this past month. Under Valley Metro, we have Mr. Noel Fuentes, Valley Metro driver, and we have Mr. Jesus Castillo, Valley Metro driver. Under RGV 911 district, we have Mr. David Torres, IT support specialist. That is it for that. The next item that we'll report, I just wanted to give you an update and congratulate Mr. Javier Dominguez as he embarked in the 2025-2026 training program for emerging leaders, the Austin cohort. This is a leadership program sponsored by EDA and NATO, National Association of Development Organizations. And so a very prestige organizations, obviously. And so Javier was selected, I believe late last year in 2025, September-ish. And so he's been on the road, on and off. This is all paid by NATO, most of it. And so that was a key component. That's why I authorized him to go, because we weren't paying for it. But overall, it's a great cohort that they have leadership to build, leaders to be in charge of future organizations. And so the Emerging Leaders Program provides the Economic Development District staff members with the education and skills required to lead a high-performing EDD. Cohorts participants are offered a unique opportunity to learn about successful community and economic development approaches of other EDDs in the 5 states of Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas regions. Throughout on-site workshops and web-based training. Additionally, the program is an opportunity to create a peer network across Austin Regional Office service area that can add value to EDDs actively, long after the training program is finished. And so, again, Mr. Javier Dominguez, I want to congratulate him for doing that. And some of these people that have gone through that have taken roles such as, Development Council EDs, even at the state level, different positions at the federal level as well. So, and he did attend various, obviously, sites within the EDA region. And so I think he brought back a lot of knowledge that can be applied here in this region, best practices. So, yes, and the next item.
Congratulations, Javier.
The next item, it's not as interesting, but I will brief you on. If you recall, I did bring up the topic about the EDA Regional Director, Mr. Jorge Ayala, retired already. And so last month I brought before the board a letter of support. The instructions from this board was to pass it down and email it to all the cities. I did have some cities that reached out, I think 2 or 3, that copied me on the email that was sent to federal representatives. So as of last week, there's still no answer. There's still no plan to backfill that position for the Austin office. Indications have it that from the 6 regional directors, they're going to consolidate to 3. So what does that mean for Texas and the rest of the 4 states? That we might not have a regional director to oversee and help us spearhead any EDA projects that we submit or this region submits. And so, more than likely, as you know, this administration likes to micromanage, and so all the applications are not approved until, the Secretary of Commerce himself checks off and approves the applications. So that might be a negative for this region as we submit applications. But we've done our due diligence, reached out to the different, federal representatives, but we have not heard back. And I don't know if the cities or counties have, but just to give you an update on that status, we have no updates, and it looks like they're not going to backfill that position, and they're going to, consolidate 6 into 3 regions. Where those regions will be, we don't know. We don't know. So. That is the update for that. That's all my updates for now. And the next item is item number 5, department reports. Item A, Community and Economic Development, Ms. Melissa Gonzalez Rosas.
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, following up Manuel's lead on EDA, we may not have a regional director, but we do have a lot of money. So I'm supposed to let y'all know EDA does have a lot of funding availability right now for public works and for disaster supplemental. They're encouraging everybody to submit as many applications as you can for our region. So if you do, let us know. We can tie it into our comprehensive economic development strategies. We can give you a letter of support to kind of strengthen your application. I don't have any agenda items, by the way. I'm just doing announcements today, so you're just gonna kind of hear me talk about some stuff. Texas Water Development Board also has a lot of funding for water projects. Currently, they have the SWIFT open, the FIF, the drinking water, the clean water, and the Texas Water Development Funds, as well as the Texas Water Foundation. So if you are interested in applying for that money, please let us know. Ms. Queta Caballero is available to help you. She really wants to reach out to our local stakeholders, and if she can guide you in your application, please let me know. I can make the connection for you, and she's located in Harlingen, so she is locally. The other thing, I just kind of wanted to give you an update on our Swiffer food composting program. The worms were delivered a couple of months ago. So yes, the worms are in process as far as doing their process of composting. And we'll be doing our first site visit to Mission ISD next Friday, Mayor, on the 8th. I'll let you know what time if you want to join us, but we are scheduled to go to Mission ISD next Friday to actually see this project in action. So wanted to let y'all know. Now, in front of you, I left you a little QR code, and y'all saw that? And Javi forgot to tell you, you need to answer that in order to win a prize. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, now these, if y'all have about 2 minutes, we are actually collecting data for our South Texas Clean Cities Coalition application for a 5-year plan, and we really do just want your input on alternative fuels. We don't need expertise, we just want data. So it comes from a public point of view, all right? If you have 2 minutes, please take it. Your information would be greatly appreciated for our survey. And then a couple of other announcements. I just need to congratulate the City of Alton. I know they're not here, but we will be making a presentation to them probably in their next City Commission meeting. The City of Alton is the first city in our region to actually adopt our regional solid waste plan. Okay, I am beyond excited because I had told my staff, gee, none of our counties, none of our cities have adopted our regional plans. Well, I put my energy out there and Alton actually received it because they actually are the first city to adopt our regional solid waste plan. So I have told everybody 2026 is the year of the plans for my Community Economic Development Department. I will be reaching out to y'all. Hey, Mayor. I will be reaching out to y'all to start adopting our regional plans locally at the county level, at the city levels. Why? Because it makes our stakeholders more engaged. It's very interesting when I have somebody come to me and say, hey, Melissa, on this plan, who's doing this work? Who is the one doing this work? Well, y'all as the stakeholders are doing the work. We just facilitate the plan. So I need y'all's data to prove that our plans are working. So the best way to do that is to get y'all to adopt them locally. So I will be reaching out to you. And if you get tired of me here saying about plans, my department does oversee 7 plans. So you're going to get tired of me here and saying regional plans. And that is all I have for right now. I do just want to say I have presented some of our plans out in the public. I presented our Economic Recovery and Resiliency Plan at our All Hazards. I did our Comprehensive Economic Development Strategies on Tuesday at RGV Startup. And then I will be presenting to the RGV City Secretaries Association all our plans. Why? Because Mayor, you know, city secretaries are the gateway to our elected officials. So I will be presenting to them on May 21st, all our regional plans. So if your city secretaries come to you about the plans, is because I've asked them to. Okay, reaching out to our stakeholders. And if y'all have any questions about any of our regional plans, if you would like for me to go present a plan to your organization, reach out. That's what we're here for. All right? So thank you very much, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank
And
you.
I will add something that she forgot as far as announcements. It's a congratulations, actually. But we were able to secure $50,000 more
Oh, yes.
for the broadband project that we
Yes.
submitted
Yeah.
to Texas Association of Regional Councils.
Yes.
So you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we were only awarded 107, but because we brought in Starr County into our plan, TARC has asked us to do a regional broadband plan for Webb, Zapata, and Jim Hall counties. So they did give us another $50,000 a year, so another $150,000 for the year, for the 3-year project, to actually work with those counties to develop a plan, or either add those counties to our current plan. But I'm very excited because we do have our new planning person on board. He started on Monday. His picture's not up there. It'll be up there next week or next month. But we will hit the ground running. But again, we will be out in those counties as well, but not just our 4 little counties. So I'm excited about that because we get to actually see broadband from Brownsville. We're going to be able to see it all the way to Zapata County along the border, which I think is really interesting. So we will keep you abreast on those and updated as we move along on these projects. But again, it's the year of the plan, so you will be hearing me talk about plans, because we have to show y'all that the regional plans are working, right? Because it's our region, not mine. It's everybody's. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And congratulations to the city of Brownsville. They were just awarded broadband funding.
That we have 2 broadband BEAD funding awardees in the valley. The city of FAR got 4.3 million, and they're going to be doing actual trainings for fiber optic linemen. It's an amazing project that the city of FAR is doing. And then the city of Brownsville got 21.9 million, and they are going to be laying, it's called the Texas Mile project. They're going to be laying 134 miles of broadband, fiber optics, in the city of, in Cameron County. It's going to be in Brownsville. They're going to go into Laguna Vista. So Brownsville, Cameron County is getting about 134 miles of extra fiber optics. And this region and FAR, they're going to be doing the training. They're actually going to be working on with our communities to train the next round of fiber optic employees or staff and from this region. So broadband is really exciting because you can see how much money is coming down the path and how regionally we're approaching this to make sure we identify all the gaps and make sure that everybody is connected. Because you can't live without broadband, and everybody knows that. The minute COVID hit and everybody shut down, it really stumped everything in this region. And the hardest people hit were the kids going to school because they could not access their education without broadband. So that's one of the priorities for our region, is to make sure everybody's got access. So, and we'll keep applying for funding. So more money's coming, hopefully. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next item B, Health and Human Services, Ms. Margarita Lopez.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have a couple of items for your consideration today. You all received a packet with some pre-read and some drafts. Hopefully you had time to read them. If not, we'll talk about those today. I'll present 3 action items today. I'll touch a little bit on the Q2 report and how it is relevant to what we found during our community assessment that we utilize to complete the area plan draft that I also included on my plan. And I will also give you some updates on some concerns and questions that we have received in the last month from the board members. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I will start with action item 1. Consideration and action to approve the contractor solicitation timeline for the fiscal year from October 1st, 2026 through September 30th of 2027. These are related to the services. Oh, here are your timelines. You also received both timelines. Go back. Okay, so when we talk about contractors, we are referring to the services that are fee for service, right? When we have to build ramps, the restrooms, turn them from regular restrooms into accessible restrooms, those are the contractors that we're referring about. Of course, those are funded through the Title III of the Older Americans Act as last amended in state general revenue funds. That's how we fund these activities.
Okay, are there any questions?
As an older American, I move to approve the contract.
There's a motion and a second to approve the contractor solicitation timeline for fiscal year October 26th through September 27. All in favor? All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. And next item.
Thank you. Next item, consideration and action to approve the timeline for the request for proposals to solicit operating plans for services for fiscal year October 1st of 2026 through September 30th of 2027. This action actually refers to services that are also funded under Title III of the Older American Act as amended, and of course, SGR funds. And this is talking about the subrecipients. These are the funds that actually get a grant from us to provide services.
Okay, any questions? Is there a motion? There's a motion and a second to approve the timeline for the RFPs to solicit operating plans for services fiscal year October 26th through September 27. All in favor, say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you for your approval. This will ensure that we begin the solicitation process in a timely manner. So thank you so much for that. Now I want to refer you back to the Q2 status report that I submitted this month. This status report had some zeros in there. And I want to advise that through that January through March of 2026, that reflected a very growing interest list. It also reflected transportation gaps and increased demand for caregiver support. If you had a chance to look over that status report, you will see that. A lot of narrative explaining why there were some months that were zeroed out. Of course, some funds were not available. As you all know, since last year, we've been doing everything we can to manage the fund reductions accordingly. At this time, the Old American Act has yet to be reauthorized. However, on the last blueprint for the upcoming budget, we were not cut. There are some programs that are still, for reconsideration, but the Old American Act services are still included in that budget. So taking a look at what we found in Q2, I want to point out that it's also consistent. Can you go to the next slide? It's consistent with what we found when we conducted the community assessment for action item 3, which is the area plan draft that I submitted for your review. I will mention the action and then I will provide you with the findings that contributed to the development of the area plan. So, number 3, consideration and action to approve Lower Rio Grande Valley Area Agency on Aging Area Plan, FFY 2027 through 2029.
There's a motion and a second to approve the preliminary draft for the Area Agency on Aging planned for 27-29. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is a preliminary plan because the draft that you have received, it reflects our focus group input. The focus group was the one that was collecting the data, and we were analyzing data together. We made sure that the focus group had representation of all the providers and all of the individuals that are part of these service deliveries. We wanted to make sure that they were hands-on with the data that we collected from the community. The final area plan will also incorporate my internal review, which will include a modest quantitative projections. I'm only going to add a 2.5 to 5%, and this is going to be in light of the current funding uncertainties with HHS. I want to make sure that we don't overpromise, and then we're in a difficult situation. So after all the comments have been received and considered in light of current funding uncertainties, we'll go ahead and make those final revisions, right? We'll add those projections, and those will be in the projection or outcomes preceding the goals. There are 24 outcomes, and that's where you will see the percentage that we will be projecting for the next 3 years. You will be able to see that. Currently, the plan is under public comment. You can find that in the LRGVDC website under the HHS tab. There's a link there where you can make your comments. I also presented this one today because next month you have elections, and I didn't think appropriate to have so much information when you already have a big agenda for you. But I will be presenting the last draft on the next month meeting. Now, how did we gather the information? We had bilingual surveys. We did have the roundtable talks, the listening sessions, all across the 3 counties. We did them in Hidalgo, Cameron, and Willacy. We had input from stakeholders. You all had access to those services. We did receive some. Thank you for that. And all of that data was what contributed to the community-driven plan that we presented. So thank you so much for that. Felipe?
Okay, any questions? Anything? All right, go ahead.
Yes, and then just to keep you in the lookout, when you are planning for your grants or, to provide assistance, our top community priorities were in-home services, caregiver support, nutrition services, transportation, case management, caregiver support, and I believe our benefit counseling was up there too. Next one. And of course, I have to mention there's a rising trend in mental health, social isolation, and you can find what we're going to do about that addressed under Goal 3 of the area plan. And of course, our core values continue to be mentioned. Our timeline, public comment will end on May 23rd, final approval on the 27th, and we'll submit the plan to HHS on May 28th. That's all I have regarding our area plan. I do have 2 updates. We have received some questions of concerns because of some activities that have been going on. For the Harlingen satellite relocation, we made the decision to close that satellite office, and that was due to broadband lack of transportation access, and low walk-in utilization. It was an isolated location, and it was not working for our older adults. We are currently negotiating a new location. The location is still in Harlingen. This location has much better accessibility, visibility, and access to public transportation. As soon as that contract is finalized, we will provide the location of it. In the meantime, all calls continue to be answered and services remain fully operational. We continue to strengthen the access, and this is the reason why we did not renew the contract at that location. We have updated everyone that has any services for older adults, and we have put out the communications accordingly for everyone to know what's going on. And finally, the staffing updates. We had 4 staff members transition out of the organization in the past 2 weeks. While this may raise a flag for some individuals, I can assure you that those were celebrated. Amongst those 4, we had retirement. We also had professional advancement opportunities. I don't know if you know, but at AAA, we are an internship site. We work with UTRGV, with the School of Health, and we work with the School of Social Work. And we are a site for practicum for a bachelor's degree and master's degree. Therefore, we do prepare the individuals that come to the agency, whether it is for internship or they're working with us. So after some time, people outgrow their positions and they move on to other opportunities that allow them to get more money and to, just accommodate to the stage and where they're at. So we celebrated them. We provided them with very strong references, and we celebrated their departure because now we have opportunities for more MOUs. So we wanted to go ahead and clarify this for you. Also, with all the changing and funding and the reductions, this also provides an opportunity for us to be strategic and align those duties that we now have and also adjust our budget to better suit the service demands that we currently have. So that concludes my long-winded report. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those.
Any questions? Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you. And before we move on, it's time again for our next raffle.
there you go. Another drum roll.
All right, ready? Get your tickets out. The last 3 numbers are 043. 043. Mayor Sepulveda,
Yay.
Harlingen. Okay, moving on to our next item on the agenda, item C, Public Safety, C1A, Emergency Services, Criminal Justice, Homeland Security, Mr. Cesar Merla.
Yes, good afternoon, Mayor, good afternoon, Board. With the Board's permission, I do have the Pacific Ocean's worth of action items today. If I could read all through in one sitting and approve in one sitting. Total of 5 action items, all related to criminal justice.
Okay, you want to take them all at the same time?
If authorized.
Is that okay with everyone? We'll go ahead and then we'll just take action all together.
Sounds good. Action item 1, consideration and action to approve Criminal Justice Advisory Committee, CJAC, recommendations for the FY 26-27 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant Program, JAG, resolution, rankings, and conditionally approved amounts. Action item number 2, consideration and action to approve CJAG recommendations for the FY 26-27 State Criminal Justice Planning Fund 421, also known as the SF, program resolution, rankings, and conditionally approved amounts. Action item number 3, consideration and action to approve CJAG recommendations for the FY 26-27 Truancy Prevention Intervention, Juvenile Justice, and Youth Diversion, resolution, rankings, and conditionally approved amounts. Item 4, consideration and action to approve CJAG recommendations for the FY 26-27 Victims of Crime Formula Grant Program, resolutions, and conditionally approved amounts. And action number 5, consideration and action to approve the CJAG recommendations for the FY 26-27 Violence Against Women Formula Grant resolutions, rankings, and conditionally approved amounts. 5. That is all.
Right. Are there any questions or comments? A motion? Okay.
Motion to approve items C1 through 5.
And we have a second, so all in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Very well, thank you very much. And just some quick updates on our side. As moving on to our emergency services side, this for specifically criminal justice, 47, total projects that were approved today or recommended for funding, and then over $4 million plus dollars in recommended funding going up forward. So now we wait for the criminal justice side on the federal level to come back down with their final determinations. Moving on to our 911 side of the house, as Mr. Cruz stated earlier, our multi-agency communication center, also known as the MAC, is out there up and running. And I do want to highlight one of the major incidents that it supported this past month, this past month in March. The MAC was deployed to the city of Elsa to support an active gunman situation in that area. In that area, you had Elsa PD, Wesco Fire Department, several other law enforcement agencies, along with telecommunicators, plus Texas State Troopers, Highway Patrol, all coordinating efforts to make sure that nothing happened in that area. Thank God nothing did, but it proved its worth. That investment of an all-wheel drive MAC allowed for these agencies that you can see in the pictures to not just coordinate effectively and coordinate together, but also to provide a sense of security to that community. Our staff, the 911 staff, you don't see them in the background, but they are there, and we were there supporting that effort and to make sure that life continued on, and if anything did happen, we could respond and assist those responders in taking care of that community. So,
Very good.
pending your questions.
Thank you.
And I do, once again, thank the city of Westlaco for allowing us to house it at Fire Station number 1, one of the empty bays that they had. So thank you, Commissioner, and obviously the full city commission, the mayor, who volunteered the space. So we thank you very much for that opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, next item is Police Academy.
Police Academy, Mr. Javier Solis.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have one action item. The LRGV Academy is updating contracts for individuals who provide professional instructional services to the LRGV Academy. Instructors will now be required to consent to a more stringent background investigation to ensure proper vetting of past disciplinary incidents within their agencies. We also added new verbiage in the contracts that provide the LRGV Academy protection from conflicts of interest arising between the subcontractors and their current agency employers. The new contracts also provide guidance on the new LRGV Academy Cadet Manual, instructor dress code, deadline policies for the preparation of documentation paperwork, and includes a new subsection which broadens the scope of contract termination by the LRGVDC. We included the updates in your packets, so we ask for your consideration and action to approve amendments to the LRGV Academy Adjunct Instructor Subcontractor Agreements for Special Instructional Services.
Are there any questions? Motion? There's a motion and a second to approve the subcontractor agreements for special instructional services. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Just one highlight. I know we've been here. We are testing already for our Jailer Academy and Police Academy for the next upcoming Mission Police Academy. We're going to have several testing dates. We'll be sending that out. So we're going to have a very busy month and a half conducting entrance exam testing, hoping to start selecting candidates for our next upcoming academies. And this will be the first time that we offer the Jailer Academy. So it's going to be a new program, a new licensing course that we're launching. Next one, Felipe. My one highlight for the month, it took us 3 academies. We were at 98%, 96%, and then back to 98% within our last 3 academies. But we finally got back to 100% passing on our last academy. So we got 100% pass ratio on the TEFL licensing exam. So
Very good.
that's all I have.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Y'all have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Our instructional, Felipe, we can go back, our monthly report on our in-service training. We had 3 courses. It was that previous slide there, Felipe. I'm sorry. Right there. We had 3 courses, 32 officers trained with 736 contact hours. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you.
The next item is item D, Transportation Valley Metro, Ms. Sandra Carrizales.
Alrighty, good afternoon. First, I wanted to start off with having uh, Mother's Day this coming month. I mean, won't be here, but early Mother's Day to everybody. And if you haven't bought your mother, your wife, mother of your children a gift, I encourage you to try Red Line 2. We do visit the outlets, so I encourage you to jump on board with that. And if you're not sure where to board the bus, you're able to use our Translate app, so that way you are able to. Okay, so I do have 3 action items. The first action item is the consideration to approve the resolution for Valley Metro authorizing the executive director to execute the resolution by appointing myself as the interim director for Valley Metro for the policy board. And this is with Tom Logan's departure. We are needed to update that with my name to provide me with voting privileges, as well as naming the additional alternate and proxies as well.
Okay, any questions? There's a motion and a second to approve as presented. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. And action item number 2 is to we did bring a update for the 5310 program management plan in January. However, we did have some updates to that, and that is reflective here. We did have about 5 bullet points that needed to be updated, and it's redlined within the overall project management plan as well. So we are asking for that to be reapproved today.
Okay, is there a second? There's a motion and a second to approve the updated section 5310 program management plan for Valley Metro. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously.
And then our last action item is a drug and alcohol-free workplace policy. This is a change. We recently had a visit from FTA. They now have a FTA policy builder, so we are utilizing that and so that way we're able to update our policy and preparing us for our triennial that's coming up in June as well. So we are asking for that to be approved.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Is there a motion? Second. And a second. A motion and a second to approve the updated drug and alcohol-free workplace policy. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
And the last I have are just status reports. This month we had an overall ridership increase of 18.75. We did see that we had some increases in the last 2 months. We notably saw a 27% increase from UTRGV as well as a 65% increase for SEC students. It's pretty much aligns with some of the things that we're seeing with gas prices fluctuating. So we're very much happy, but also, making sure that we do our due diligence as well to provide transportation. And then our next update is our Regional Public Transportation Coordination Plan. Our stakeholders are doing our interviews with KFH, and this will follow through till the end of May, and we're looking forward to seeing those early themes coming out in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And then we had an RTAP meeting with our most notable. We had a bylaw amendment. The committee reviewed and approved an amendment of the bylaws, established updated attendance requirements. Most of the time we do have a lot of people visit us virtually, but we would like to see them in person. So we did update to have that, to have them come in 2 out of the 6 times out of the year to at least be present for the RTAP committee. And then this month we also had some planning and outreach. We had 7 activities. And if I encourage you, if you all have any events within your cities, please let us know so that way we are able to showcase the transportation that we do service within your overall cities as well.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
that's it.
Okay. All right, I think that's all we have.
RGV MPO,
Thank you.
any reports?
Good afternoon, Board of Directors, and to the public viewing online. My name is Claudia Salinas, RGVMPO Project Manager. I want to welcome Dr. Sandra Carrizales to our policy board. Wanted to clarify the roles and ensure transparency in how Section 5310 is administered in our region. The RGVMPO staff are here to assist Valley Metro. Our role is limited to planning and support functions, including but not limited to outreach and coordination. technical assistance to applicants, managing the call for projects, coordinating project evaluation through our Technical Advisory Committee, or called TAC. These activities are authorized under the RGVMPO Fiscal Year 2026-2027 Unified Planning Work Program, also UPWP, which is a federally required planning document that governs MPO activities and funding. The UPWP has been approved by both the MPO Policy Board and federal partners. If the board has any questions on call for projects or subtask 3.5 in our UPWP for fiscal year 2026-2027, any technical questions, Rudy Zamora, the transportation manager, is here to answer those. And that is all I have for you this afternoon.
Any questions, comments, concerns? No?
I have one. My name is Ruth Golonsky and I represent the city of Brownsville. So with the information provided, does that affect the action we just took related to that subject matter? Sorry.
No, this is just for information purposes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
And funding, I guess the call for projects or funding availabilities will be coming up soon, announcement-wise, and the amount of funds available for that.
We have the funding located in our UPWP for fiscal year 2026-2027, when the UPWP for fiscal year 28 and 29 is being, I guess, updated with the information and data communication with our partners. Then, we'll go from there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Next item is item number 6.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item number 6, new or unfinished business. Before we handle the last 3 raffles, open up the floor for any unfinished or other business. There being none, go on to the raffle. Lisa, you want to take one up? Yes. Okay, ready? Last 3 numbers are 0, 3, 0. Troy. All right.
You need another one?
Another one?
Jenny? Lisa? Another one.
And then one more right after. 2 more.
2.
All right, next number is 042. All right, Mercedes. And then Javier, we have one more? Real quick. Thank you. All right, last 3 numbers. Next ticket is 034. 034. All right. And so just a little recap on what those items are. Those items are obviously promotional items that are RGV 911 district. As you know, this past month, in April, or this month, was Telecommunicators Week, earlier in the week. So we had the luxury to buy every year telecommunicators a little token of our appreciation. So they received a little extra versus what you received, but because obviously they do 24/7 all year round, provide services for the community, the first responders to the first responders. So it's not too late if you haven't gone by your telecommunicators, your PSAP 911 centers. Please go by and thank them for their hard work and dedication. As you know, they're the front line. It could be between life and death for our citizens. Unfortunately, we do only cover Hidalgo and Willis County for our district. Cameron County has its own district. So those of you that are in Cameron County, we need that back. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But not really, right?
But not really. No, I'm just kidding. So that's what those promotional items are for. So that's it.
Okay, all right, so there is no other business, so I will adjourn the meeting at 1:03, and I would really love to have all of us go out in front of that, the MAC, and get a picture taken.
Please.
Okay?
This conference is no longer being recorded.